Alright, this is an end video. She's finally done, other than a couple things. A bed liner, of course, quite ugly. But finally converted my F150 351 Windsor into 4BT Cummins. There we go. Everything inside is the same. Essential, yeah. Everything inside is the same. All the gauges work except for the tachometer. The temperature gauge is not a gauge anymore, it's just a switch. If the motor gets too hot, it pegs out and red lines. So I'm looking to put a gauge on it, but I haven't got to it yet. Radio. Got my Cummins badge on the dash. Oh yeah. So let's get to the motor. It's a 4BT out of a bread van, roughly 1993 model. And got this Scepter cheap O'Reilly's air filter. I want to put a cane in, but I haven't found one with a 3-inch quite yet, 3-inch intake. And I'm just using one battery because that's all it really needs. I haven't had any cranking issues yet. I don't recommend exhaust pipe and PVC / plumbing rubber boots, but they get the job done. You won't be able to use hose clamps like that one. You'll have to use the Torx clamps because there's so much air flow after it's running properly that it pushes these boots off. It just blows them off. And I want to do an intercooler before long, but be a couple months probably the winter months. And I like the power steering reservoir that I got, KRC, off of Jegs, I think. Just mated it up to these hoses that were off of this Cummins water pump, or power steering pump down here. VE injection pump. Right after I started it up, the injection pump was leaking fuel, so I had to take it to St. Joseph Diesel, and they tore it apart, rebuilt it, put a 45 horsepower fuel pin in it, and adjusted all the settings in it. I don't know what they did. And smoke screw turned it up, and yeah, they did that. Adjusted the timing on the motor a little bit, advanced it, I guess, made it run a little better. And here's my vacuum pump for my brakes. I don't want to run a mechanical one. I think they look dumb. They weren't function probably a lot better, but I think they look dumb. And stock radiator that came with the F150, and it cools it very well because I've never gotten the intake for the intake hose right here is never set over 120, and that fan will only kick on at 122, so fan's never ran yet. It's just safety precaution, I guess. And I don't know exactly. I think it's an MBRP exhaust. St. Joseph did the exhaust work too, so it could be legal, so to speak. Where's that? Right there. It's the exhaust of the straight through muffler, back to a 4-inch pipe to a 5-inch tip. I think it looks alright. Need to bring it back a little and weld it on there. That clamp doesn't look too good, but we'll fire it up.